question as to how does he or she feel about you. Please do like, share and subscribe to the channel if you do enjoy this reading. Apologies for not having got your July reading out, but unfortunately life just didn't let it happen. I really do apologise. I really hope to make it a less frequent occurrence in the future. You can also support this channel by placing a donation. The donation details are in the description box below. You can also support the channel by purchasing readings and also by purchasing some of my other products. I have cups on Etsy, so if you were to go to etsy.com and type in Symbols for Living, you will see my products available for purchase. And I also have these postcards that are really suitable for birthdays here, which has got a brief description of the virtues of Pisces and also the correspondences to the Pisces zodiac sign as well, as in like which stone corresponds with it, which colour, which planet, etc. is listed there. So it's quite a cute little card. They're relatively inexpensive. You can buy a pack of 12 or you can buy them singularly. Just let me know by email and I will give you a price, and then you can decide if you like it and I can send it to you. Yeah, so I think that's it. I also like to say that I've recorded this video all the way through for the past half an hour, and then my camera just decided not to film. Yeah, so I need to check my memory more often, I think. So yeah, forgive me if I sound a little bit lackluster. But I'm going to try to... And the thing is as well, when you do the reading over again, you do see other things. And sometimes the things that you said I might not pick up. So I really hope that I'm able to remember everything that I saw before. If not, hey, everything happens for a reason, right? So if you like your own personal reading to really get to the bottom of your own personal issues, again, just please contact me at symbolsforliving@gmail.com and I'll provide you with your own personal reading. Okay? So essentially we've got the Empress card, clarified by the Seven of Swords. So I would say here that this person sees you as very attractive, very beautiful, very powerful, a woman who owns her sexuality, who owns her independence, who doesn't really like to be led, but in fact is her own leader, is her own boss, very self-sufficient and self-nurturing. So that's how your partner sees you. With the Seven of Swords, to clarify it, it will say that their person sees you as maybe using your beauty as a kind of form, as a tool, a power tool, power tool, but like a sorry, as a kind of way to gain leverage in the situation. I feel that your partner feels like you're holding back secrets, like you're not saying really what's on your mind. You're being selective about the information you're giving out. You're being quite calculating, and it's because you're kind of, they feel like you're kind of holding your power and you're not sharing your power with anyone. In fact, you're only going to give out the information that you want to give out that will, maintain your Empress position. Now, the Four of Coins is also here as the overall energy for the reading. So this suggests that, this is the case. You are holding back. You're not opening up. You don't trust maybe this person. Maybe you don't trust generally. Maybe you've had, maybe you've got trust issues like the rest of us, and you're just not opening up. And you'd rather keep your status as an Empress and be self-sufficient and look after yourself and not really need any help from anyone else. And in actual fact, you will just strategically, get what you want, maybe using your beauty, using your nurturing side, using your motherly, nurturing energies. They could possibly see you as mother of their children as well. I mean, if you're together for a long time, they could just see you as the mother of their children if you actually are, but still maybe withholding sex, withholding emotion, withholding nurturing, or carefully dishing it out to make sure that you get what you want, because you may feel like you're giving away too much and therefore you're holding back. You're not wanting to give just like freely. You like to do it in more of a way where you're going to get something back. And it's interesting because towards the end of the reading, we've got your partner here finally coming around and giving you exactly what you're asking for, which is reciprocity, a fairness and equality in the relationship, an interdependent relationship rather than a codependent or a dependent relationship, or a relationship where you're completely independent of each other. They recognise towards the end of the reading, which would be towards the end of August, that they do need to give as much as they are taking, and that makes for a fair and happy relationship. Your partner sees you as being quite calculating about it. However, you just feel like you're protecting yourself. You just feel like you're being justifiably defensive. You feel like you've come a long way and no one's going to take this from you now. Like, you feel like you've done a lot of work maybe to get yourself to this position of feeling like an empress, and you're not going to give it up for anyone. You're being quite defensive about that. So you have put up your walls. Again, reiterated by the Four of Coins, is the overall energy here of the reading for the month of August is that you're holding back, you're not giving. And this person realizes that they have to actually meet you halfway to get anything going their way. Your partner is thinking, when your partner thinks about the situation and thinks about the relationship, they actually are faced with it in a conflict. They may feel like they're having to really stand their ground, but they're not giving up. So internally they've got a conflict, maybe like, should I keep doing this? Why does this woman not respond, or man respond? Or, they've got like an inner conflict as to what they should do next and what's really going on. And just frustration. They're quite frustrated at the moment. And mentally, especially, I don't think mentally they can really get their head around it. Probably because maybe this person, represented by the Knight of Cups, could be someone who gets women's attention fairly easily. They're quite good at talking to women, and they could usually get really positive response. Usually, maybe they don't really have much challenges when it comes to getting women or men. Let's say, usually, and they may be feeling a little bit like, do I have game anymore? Where they feel they have to defend they've got to prove something, That's what I think. I think if they feel like they've got something to prove to you, with the Nine of Cups here, they want to win you over. They want to win, they want to be successful, they want their wish to come true, they want to feel like they're the man, they did it, look at me, aren't I so great, look what I did. So that you're dealing with probably a Leo here with all of these fire energies. And the reason why I say Leo more so is because of this card here, which is very closely associated with Leo, and this is also closely associated with Leo as well, I believe. Yeah. So your partner seems to be going through some sort of inner conflict. There could be bickering between you two as well. And I think, as I said before, the bickering is more so to do with this inner conflict this person is facing. So you could be arguing about, how to boil an egg. And really the argument is about, I'm trying, he's trying to prove that he's great and that he's right and that he knows that he is the man, and he's just trying to boost his ego. And he's really defensive about this with the Seven of Wands. Like, he's really defensive about it. He really feels like he's got a point to prove. He really feels like, and this is really it's affecting this guy's ego big time, or this woman's ego. They could feel a little bit jilted, rejected, and they may feel like, but at the same time, even though they feel that way, they're pretty confident and they're not backing down. And with the Three of Coins here, it's saying here that mentally you may need to take the approach of cooperation, but not cooperation to the point of being a doormat, but cooperation is the point of allowing this person to play their part, giving the person the opportunity to prove themselves, to show that they can fulfill the roles and responsibilities that you feel is required of your partner. But this person is able to meet you halfway. This person is able to give you what it is that you're looking for. Because it seems to me like you may feel like you're able to give so much, you know, as the Empress, that you kind of want an emperor or better. Like you want someone to meet you halfway. You want someone to put into the relationship as much as you're putting in. You know, you feel like you've got a lot to offer, like you've come a long way, you've done a lot, you know, and you're not just going to give that away to anyone. You're not just going to just open up and just, you know, give it away, not give it away, but give of yourself without, you know, a price being paid, whether that be time, attention, true companionship, respect, trust, and all those things. You may feel like this person isn't able to meet you halfway, and therefore you're not going to budge if that person's not going to meet you halfway. Like you're not moving. This person's got to make the effort, basically. This person's got to prove themselves and show that they're worthy, it looks like. The advice to you here is to cooperate. I mean, this card is about cooperation, so it is about you, you know, opening up enough to at least give this person the opportunity to try to show you that they can work as a team. Because ultimately, I think you may feel like this person's all about them. I think you recognise, especially as a Pisces anyway, you're quite intuitive. You pretty much pick up if someone is quite egotistical or not. And I feel like you're just like, you're ready to work. You're ready to kind of put in the work to your relationship, into your life goals. You know, you kind of got a plan. You're the Empress at the moment, so you may have your own business developing at the moment. Or just be really strong in your career. Or just have a definite, just be very comfortable with your position in life at the moment. Or have some sort of certain plan or something like security or surety. Like you just feel really good, I think, about the spot that you're in right now. And yeah, you're looking for someone to pull their own weight. You're not going to be dealing with anyone that's going to come like half-assed, as they say, into a situation. You want someone to actually pull their weight. And I think if this is advice for the queering, it's like, okay, so what does that look like? You know, it's asking you to really bring that into reality. Like, what would that actually look like? What is someone meeting you halfway actually? What does it actually look like? What do you actually want? And the reason why I say that you may need to think that way is because we've got the Tower card here, which is saying that you may need to change some of the ways change the way you think about relationships, or think about this particular relationship. You may have built up certain walls to protect yourself that actually you don't need, and they're actually just blocking you from happiness or blocking you from moving forward in the direction that you want to be in. So you need to really kind of bring that down out of your head, out of your mind, and really try to look, you know, see it as a vision, like how would that actually look? If someone was to meet me halfway, what would that look like? Because you may find that, you know, in actual fact, this person isn't really that bad after all. And although they may be a bit egotistical, yes, you may find that you don't really need someone not to be egotistical, or, you know, I don't know, but there'll be a change in the way that, or they'll, you know, the cards are advising you here to have the intention to want to really look at, you know, your ideas around relationships, and what you believe to be a fair give and take. That needs to really be looked at, because right now I think you're just keeping people at arm's length, or keeping this person at arm's length. and not giving them a chance kind of thing. But there's a bit too much defensiveness going on. And it's actually just blocking you off from possible happiness with this person. Okay. I mean, their intentions here with the Nine of Cups, like I've said, they are planning to win you over. They do want to win you over, and they do want it because it will make them feel good. I think you're dealing with like a kind of typical kind of macho kind of guy, maybe a little bit here, or a bit of a it could be a player. I mean, this reading could be interpreted that way, but if I was to follow the story that I've already picked up, I would just say this person is just looking to boost their ego and prove that they're right and win you over. And it's a bit of a game to them. It's just a challenge for them to boost their ego kind of thing. And they're putting in the work with the Seven of Coins there. They're thinking, yeah, if I just keep plotting away at this, if I just keep doing all the right things, saying all the right things and putting the work in, I will win her over. With the Seven of Coins, or him over. With the Seven of Coins, though, it does talk about a certain amount of true commitment. It's not flimsy at all. The Seven of Coins talks about really making a commitment to something, recognizing the mistakes that you've made in the past. This person possibly has learnt from their mistakes that they've made in the past as well, and they know how to maybe win you over this time. They recognize what they've done wrong in the past, and they're now planning to do a much better job in the future, and they're planning to win you over through this learning that they've had. And the Tower card here, again, is just saying that you may need to allow yourself to be open to the idea that this person may have something good to offer. This person may have learned certain things, but at the moment you're so defensive, I don't think you're even entertaining anything. You're not even entertaining their offer. Like, you're, especially here in the past, we've got the Seven of Cups. You've left this person waiting. This person's just waiting, you know, or was waiting in the past, you know, having told you they care about you or like you, and kind of sent their ships out, tried something with you, but for it maybe not to develop into anything. So maybe you guys could have hooked up, you know. It could have been casual, and then it maybe didn't come to anything because you were the Knight of Pentacles. You were like, hang on, I'm really thinking practically about this. You know, I'm being very serious about this. I'm not going to just go with the flow. I'm going to actually really think about, you know, think strategically. Again, you've got strategically here. Your partner recognizes that you're being strategic about this. And that's how they see you anyway. Although I don't think you're really being strategic, that you're just being defensive. That's really what's happening. And the Knight of Pentacles, yeah, you were just in a standstill. You just weren't moving, you weren't budging. You were just planning and thinking, is this going to work? You know, you took some time out to think, and you weren't really taking any action. You may not have been really communicating with them, or if communication was going on, maybe it was quite slow, quite, you know, ambiguous, not really, you know, maybe a lot of talk and no action kind of thing going on as well, leaving your partner feeling like they just don't know what's going on with the Seven of Cups. Like, they really don't know. All they had left was their, you know, their dreams about what could be, or their fears about what could not be, but they had no real assurity that you were definitely looking to pursue a relationship, because you just weren't budging with the Knight of Pentacles there. Instead, you were more focused on long-term goals, and you were trying to be more strategic and be more grounded about things, rather than just going with your heart and going with the flow and letting things happen. You're kind of holding yourself back and really pacing yourself. However, the intentions should be set. I mean, here's like the intentions position. The advice for your intentions would be to carefully look at how you could actually be closing yourself off from things at the same time. So it is very wise to be grounded. And I think, especially with the last card for the advice being the Ten of Coins, I think it is saying, you know, don't not be grounded. don't not be practical about things, but at the same time, don't lie to yourself, you know. Don't lie to yourself, because I think this person will actually win you over as well in the end. And you may be shocked to see, like, wow, I didn't actually realise that I felt this way. Or I didn't realise that, you know, that it could work like this. I didn't realise how closed off I had been. I didn't realise how scared I was, or how much walls I'd built up around myself that really weren't even helping me or getting me to where I wanted to be. In fact, it was just holding me back. So you are being asked here to be really honest with yourself as to what you really want out of relationships, and what is your, you know, where your boundaries really do lie, and why you have them boundaries up. You know, do you have those boundaries up because you're protecting yourself, or do you have these boundaries up simply because you're scared of getting hurt? You know, which is absolutely normal, we all are. So, but you know, life is about living and taking chances, you know, so don't close yourself off because of fear, because, you know what I'm going to say, you know, we all know the sayings, you know, you only live once, and no one wants to die of regrets, and da-da-da-da, you know, all of that stuff. So really do be careful that you're not blocking yourself off from anything that could actually make you happy. Remembering that you can still have your boundaries and still have an enjoyable relationship as well. You know, you don't have to let down all of your boundaries and be like a doormat, like, you know. And I think that's what you're realizing, that you're actually very, very valuable, and you're really protecting that. But don't close yourself off too much, because they will just come crumbling down at one point. That's what the Tower card kind of suggests as well, is that things will come crumbling down in terms of how you see things. So, you know, this is the intentions part though. So it's not actually saying that anything bad will happen. It's just saying your intentions need to be set to tear down some boundaries and some walls that just are getting in your way. So as the outcome here, we've got the Knight of Cups and the Six of Pentacles. As I said, it looks like this person does actually kind of come around, and they do realise that they need to kind of meet you halfway. They kind of get it. They're like, okay, I get this. She wants me, or he wants me to, you know, give as much as I'm getting, to be generous, to be more giving. So they do make the first move. They do come to you. They do come with a lot more of a loving approach, very charming. So they really kind of are pulling out the stops. They're going to be Mr. Charming to you. They're going to try and charm you in the future. And again, you know, it's a knight. They're on a mission. They like to win. So they could still kind of be a bit caught in their ego a little bit, still wanting to win you over. But this could just be the nature of the person. You know, they could just be a Leo. They could just like to win. Or they could be an Aries and just like to win. Doesn't mean they don't genuinely want to be with you, but they just got that kind of streak in them that they just like to win. Even Sagittarians as well, you know, same kind of energy. But they are coming across a lot more smoother, a lot less pushy, and just more smooth, more caring, more gentle. They're really trying to kind of play to your more feminine side, your softer side. But again, they are being represented by the Knight, and you're the Empress. So this person may be younger than you, or just, as I said, on a mission to win you over. So this person, you know, you may have your doubts about this person because they kind of like take things a bit lightheartedly, and they're not really looking that far into the future. I mean, but they see you as the Empress. They see you as a mother figure, you know, possibly the mother of their children, the woman in their life. They see you as, you know, you're every woman, you're all woman, very much attracted to you. So I do think that there is, and with the Seven of Coins as well, I do get the feeling like this person is offering you something, you know, something fairly serious. You know, that they're not all fun and games, you know, but just their nature maybe is quite light-hearted. But they recognise that what you need, and you need to see a certain amount of commitment. You need to see that what you're giving them, they're giving you, and they recognise that. And I think they do start to give more towards the end of August, more of what you want to see, to allow that, you know, that hopefully allows you to open up and start trusting them. Maybe, you know, if they do prove to be convincing enough. Okay, so we've got the Ten of Coins here. This is advice to the Aquarius. So again, you're being asked to look at your long-term future. You know, not to be too closed off. Just to, you know, this also talks about being exclusive with somebody. You know, finally becoming exclusive and starting an actual relationship. So it does say, you know, suggestion here is to be open to a long-term relationship. Be open to being exclusive, be open to give it a chance, being open to giving it a chance. It looks like there is a long-term future here for you, and you are to consider it. There is stability here being offered to you, and it needs to be considered. It also says you have to bear in mind the outcome of any decisions made now. You have to consider the outcomes of the outcome 5 or 10 years from now. Yeah, so any decisions that you make now will set the tone for the relationship. So it's about you setting the tone for the relationship. You know, yes, you know, making sure that you do have clear boundaries, but also recognizing why you've got those boundaries in place. Are they just through being fearful, or are they genuinely like, I need you to, you know, respect me 155,000% so that I can feel comfortable. You know, that's like a standard, and obviously he'd expect the same from you, or she'd expect the same from you. But other little things like, oh, I need to have the password to your phone and things like that is like, you know, some relationships work really well like that because that's what the relationship requires, but most relationship, that's just an invasion of privacy and just leads to contention, and lack of, just, it reinforces the fact that, or reinforces the idea that you don't trust each other. So, you know, these kind of things can backfire, which will kind of create the tower situation where things just come crumbling down because they're based in things that just don't stand up, things that just don't secure a positive future. So, yeah. I feel that you're being asked to start things as you mean to go on. Set clear boundaries, yes. Be practical, yes. And also to be very grounded. It looks like you're being asked to be grounded throughout the reading. And I think that's where you are right now. You're very grounded, especially being represented by the Empress, which is probably the most grounded sign, or card even, in the deck, representing Earth. So yeah, just remain grounded. Don't be too much in your head. Thinking or overthinking or worrying about possible outcomes. But instead, be grounded, be realistic. See what actually works and what actually doesn't work for you. Yeah. We've got these 3 cards here. So the 4 of Coins, we've discussed that. So this does talk to me about fun and more fun, really. This talks to me about freedom. This talks to me about exploring new ideas, new ventures, taking risks, having fun. And the King of Wands talks about taking control of your life and pursuing your goals joyfully and willfully and passionately, and taking control. So. But ultimately, all through these cards talk about following your heart. You know, allowing your bliss to guide you, as they say, as Deepak Chopra. Sorry. You know what I mean? Deepak Chopra, I think is what it says. You know, follow your bliss, let your bliss guide you. And I think that's basically what these cards are saying. They kind of reiterate, and it's like Spirit is saying, you need to follow your heart. This will bring you a kind of freedom. Yes, remain grounded, but don't close your heart off. You see, don't build a wall around your heart. You know, allow your heart to still guide you in the situation. Allow how you really feel to still guide you. Even though you want to stand still and you want to make sure certain things are in place, fair enough, that's fair. No one's arguing with you about that. We've got the King of Rods here that's saying, yeah, lay clear boundaries. We've got the Four of Rods as well, which talks about a certain amount of boundaries and good foundations to be set. So yeah, I feel like it's just saying follow your heart, be explorative, be curious, you know, be the master, you know, be the king of your own heart, you know, don't, and I think that maybe be the trick as well, is that, you know, be king of your own heart. You can control how you feel, you know, no matter what someone else might do or not do, don't allow that to stop you exploring things, and don't let it close your heart off, and you know, still live in your heart space and still honor that part of you. Don't build up too high a wall around it. At least create a door so people can come in sometimes, you know. Because again, it will only lead to the tower kind of situation where things will just come crumbling down, and then you'll have to love, or you know, yeah, things will just come crumbling down and you'll have to love, you know. So yeah, definitely close off this month. For practical reasons though, it seems. I think it's because you're quite focused on business. I think you may have just like started a business, or you're doing quite well in business, or you're just dealing with everyday kind of practical matters. You know, maybe you're a stay-at-home mom and you've got this and that and clubs to go to and everything, and you just got a lot of practical things to deal with. And maybe you feel like you've got everything kind of, you're like steering your ship and everything's good, and you just don't want anyone to come in and mess that up. You know, you want someone to be able to contribute to your situation and not just take away. And I think this person understands that towards the end of the month, and that really sets you up for something long term once that boundary is set. So okay, so I shuffled the deck previously for the, I laid them out and even read them, but decided not to record it. So alright, so you got a fork in the road. Definitely a big decision to make for yourself. You need to leave, I think, a part of the pessimism possibly and defensiveness behind, and really try something new. Okay, so fork in the road will definitely be related to the Tower card, where a whole structure is brought down and a whole new one is then built. And the fork of the road is about choosing between two paths. You completely forget about one and you go down a whole new one. Okay, so this is about doing something new and leaving what doesn't work in your past by the wayside or wherever. But you are being asked here to clear the decks, I think. Especially with clean it up. You need to clean up some of this old defensive energy in order to move forward. Come to the edge means take a risk. You know, not be a doormat, not actually go off the edge and get yourself hurt, no. But come to the edge. And I think you're asking this person as well to come to the edge. You're asking them to meet you halfway. The relationship is blessed and it is fated. Okay, we've got all the sevens in the reading. We've got the 7 of coins, swords, wands, and cups. So this tells me that it is definitely a fated relationship, as most relationships are. In fact, everything in life pretty much is kind of fated. But for these cards to come up, it's like Spirit really wants to bring it to your attention that this relationship has been brought into your consciousness, into your life for a particular reason, for you to learn particular lessons around maybe your defensiveness and what you need to clean up, let go of, and take some risks in moving forward. And yeah, it's a blessed relationship that is fated. So yeah, take what you can from that reading. I hope that it was helpful. Again, if you like to, please do like, share and subscribe. I particularly like when you share. It's very, very beneficial for me, very helpful to grow my channel. Again, if you'd like your own reading, contact me at symbolsforliving@gmail.com. The description, all the details will be in the description box below. If not, it will be in my about page. Yeah, and if you're interested in any of my products, please do let me know. I think they're great. I love them. So I hope you do too. Yeah, get in contact and I'll send you all the pictures of all of them if you want. So you can decide if you want to buy 6 of them, if you want to buy all 12 as a pack for the year. You can send to your friends. I can also blow them up in A4, change the colour. I can do so much with them. So you just let me know what you like, and I can get a personalised gift even created for you, as long as I've got enough notice. Okay, so get in contact with me, and yeah, I look forward to hearing from you. So take very good care. Bye, and thanks for watching.